Boruto episode 54 review. Now, this episode was definitely a great episode, probably one of the better episodes of Boruto, honestly. And this episode really gave us like a lot of shocks, a lot of information, a lot of Otsutsuki stuff, a lot of just stuff that we all wanted to see from the beginning of Boruto. Now, obviously, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is the Otsutsuki clan, because that is the main attraction of this episode. We did see the Otsutsuki clan. It looked like they were in some sort of other dimension, and when they were in the other dimension, it kind of opened a portal to the world. Now, what I want to talk about is Urashiki and Momoshiki real quick, because Momoshiki feels like he's the leader of that trio. Obviously, Momoshiki is definitely like called the Lord Momoshiki, things like that, and Kinshiki obviously just kisses the floor that he walks on. We do know that Momoshiki is the child of Kinshiki, but it does turn out that Kinshiki does respect Momoshiki as like a lord. Now, on the other hand, Urashiki is like a playful kind of guy, and I'm not completely sure why he's that playful, because he is like an Otsutsuki god or something like that, but he reminds me a lot of Data. If you guys remember, Data was like very playful, very like nonchalant about everything, but he was extremely strong. Obviously, Data brought down the Kazekage, which is god of the desert, and Urashiki really gives me that vibe. I really think he could possibly be that kind of person with the Otsutsuki clan. But I think Momoshiki is definitely the strongest person. They would definitely hold him in a high regard. Urashiki definitely doesn't try to tempt him. I mean, as soon as he tried to say something to Momoshiki just looked at him with his Byakugans activated, and that was like a ball scene. Now, they were in some sort of other dimension, and then when they were in the other dimension, they were basically talking about Kage. They were talking about how Kage basically forsaken them, things like that, how they basically just turned their back against them. Well, obviously that was the case, because they were going to try to eventually kill Kage, but they were basically talking about the tailed beasts that were on Earth. They opened a little dimension, they looked at Earth, but one thing I want to talk about, and one thing that was very interesting, is the fact that they said there were only 2 Jinchuriki on Earth. Now, obviously, a lot of people thought that the tailed beasts were going to be spread out. A lot of people thought that there were going to be more Jinchuriki, but it looks like it is confirmed that they are only 2 Jinchuriki, and I kind of thought that myself. A lot of people were saying that they were just all spread out, and I was like, nah, that can't be the case, because they would have definitely showed us the other Jinchuriki by now, or at least something, some sort of information, but it looks like that's not the case. So there's only 2 Jinchuriki. Obviously, it's KlLER and it's also Naruto. Now, they went down and they basically attacked KlLER. Now, I was really hoping, really hoping that this scene was going to be a little bit longer, like they were going to actually try to drag this out for a couple of episodes, because a KlLER versus an Otsutsuki clan member, that fight would obviously be a very good fight. Now, a lot of people probably want to see that, but they cut a lot of the fight out, and then afterwards it looked like KlLER was just tied up to a tree. I was really mad about that, but then again, I kind of understand it's all for the time's sake and, you know, things like that, because Momoshiki is supposedly going into the training exam very quickly, and them just taking up a lot of time with him trying to defeat KlLER to probably be something bad. It probably wouldn't really mix with the time schedule, so I kind of understand on that standpoint, but still, they basically just destroyed KlLER in like 2.5 seconds. KlLER is like one of the most elite ninja outside of the Konoha trio, which is Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke. So the Otsutsuki clan is definitely looking very overpowered as of right now, and that's definitely something a lot of people want to see. A lot of people don't want them to just be pushovers, and obviously, of course, that's not the case. They're gonna actually have some overpoweredness to them and some hacks abilities. We did see one new jutsu from Momoshiki. I don't really think we ever seen him use those rod things in the movie, but that's kind of cool to see. I do want to see some more jutsus from my man's Urashiki, because right now we have no idea what he actually does. But going into the situation with Boruto is definitely having an internal struggle with the ninja technologies, and of course, what I want to tell you guys is that it is not confirmed that Boruto is definitely going to be using the ninja technologies in this tuning exam, because this tuning exam is supposed to be very different from the tuning exam in the movie. If you guys don't recall, back when we seen the preview for the next episode, it looked like they were running through some sort of forest. I'm not completely sure if they're bringing back the death forest. I'll definitely talk more about that in my next episode preview, but it looks like it's going to be very different. The first round might be very different. The second round might be very different. As you guys know, the first round wasn't really a first round. It was just the fact that they fell into some ink, things like that. But overall, it paints the picture that the tuning exam in the anime is going to be very different from the tuning exam in the movie, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are also grateful for that. Now, one character that we did see in this episode, which we all know of, is my man Shinki. Now, Shinki is definitely supposed to be one of the strongest characters that are going to be there. Obviously, we heard of Toneri talking about it. She was talking to Shigadai, Inojin, and Chocho, and she basically said like, hey, this guy's chakra reserves are extremely extraordinary, things like that, and she was basically saying that he would basically just wash all 3 of them if they ever came into contact, and that basically shows expose them like, hey, this guy's nothing to be played with. Now, I did throw up a poll and I basically asked you guys if you guys thought that Shinki is better or stronger than Mitsuki, and I think about 80% of you guys said that Mitsuki is definitely stronger than Shinki. So it's gonna be cool to watch. It's gonna be fun to see. Obviously in the opening, I think it was the opening, or it could have been the ending, we did see Boruto versus Shinki, so that's a little wrinkle in the tuning exam in terms of the Boruto movie versus the Boruto anime, and that's obviously something a lot of people want to see. Now, another thing that really happened in this episode that a lot of people wanted to see was Boruto training with Sasuke. It was some reused things from the Boruto movie, but again, it was some things that were kind of different, a little bit different, and I really like to see Boruto kind of have that internal struggle like, hey, should I use the ninja technologies? Because again, it's not really confirmed if he will use it. I hope he won't use it. A lot of people out there also hope that he won't use it, and if he doesn't use it, I think it's going to be better for everybody. It's going to be better for the overall anime because it does show what Boruto himself can do against the other tuning competition in the tuning exam. Now, in this specific episode, we seen Boruto try to curve a Shuriken, and he did curve a Shuriken the first time, but he had a hard time curving the Shuriken on the second try, and we kind of knew that from the movie, and hopefully we do get to see Boruto learn about that and learn how to use that specifically later on down the line. I'm pretty sure he will when he does become extremely overpowered, when he does master like the eye dojutsu and seal, things like that. But seeing him learning under Sasuke is pretty much going to be like my favorite thing throughout the whole series of Boruto. It's just seeing him train, seeing him learn everything from Sasuke, and kind of being like a Sasuke clone or something like that. But one thing I really want to talk about real quick, and it's something real quick that I want to talk about, is the fact that Gaara still has the ability to talk to Shikaku, which is the one tail. Gaara kind of went into his head the same thing that Naruto does when he talks to Kurama, and he basically talks to Shikaku. Shikaku told him like, hey, we lost all contact with the 8 tails, and we kind of don't know, is the 8 tails dead or is the 8 tails alive, things like that. So they're going to try to keep us in the dark for a lot of that. People who watch the movie don't spoil it. From that encounter with Gaara and Shikaku, it really does seem that the 8 tails actually died, but the most intriguing part is the fact that Gaara is actually still able to talk to Shikaku. Now, I'm really kind of confused. I really don't know if the other tailed beasts are still with Naruto, because obviously I think if Naruto does end up going into like that 6-path mode, he could definitely still use some chakra from them, but I'm not completely sure if he's the Jinchuriki of all of them, because that would kind of be like too much, right? But another thing that I really want to talk about is the fact that the Konoha really has a lot of information on the Otsutsuki clan, and it really does beg the question, you know, does everybody else have this same information on the Otsutsuki clan? I'm pretty sure this information will be pertinent for the Cloud Village, man, because KlLER is basically gone as of right now. But in terms of the Hidden Leaf Village, they basically had the information that the White Zetsus are now coming active, and that's probably because of the fact that Momoshiki and Kinshiki are probably coming closer, and also Urashiki. The Hidden Leaf Village, they really seem plugged in. I think that's the best thing for them to be, but the thing is, it doesn't really matter because they're still going to get caught off guard by the Otsutsuki clan, which is like the best part, right? I mean, there is no real way to defend against the Otsutsuki clan, so I'm pretty sure the best way to defend against the Otsutsuki clan is just to have them attack and then them just be on the defensive, which is pretty much what happens. But one thing that we do have to keep an eye on is things that are being foreshadowed in this actual episode. For example, I feel like we've seen this statue a lot of times, and I really don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure this statue is probably gonna come alive. I don't know, maybe this is like the Grand Otsutsuki member, something like that. I have no idea. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, because I feel like some of you guys probably know more about this than I do in terms of the Otsutsuki clan and what their backstory is, things like that. So this statue right here presumably is supposed to be very important to the Otsutsuki clan, but in the next coming episodes is probably going to be extremely lit. I really don't know what the Otsutsuki clan are going to be doing on Earth from the time of now to the end of the tuning exam, because as you guys know, the Boruto, they probably do like the first couple stages of the tuning exam, and the tuning exam is going to be in a whole nother day. So I'm not completely sure what Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and Urashiki are going to be doing on Earth for a whole day. Maybe they're just going to be going from village to village, extracting as much chakra as they can before they actually do confront Naruto. Naruto is a strong opponent, they probably know that. Maybe they'll be doing that. Maybe they'll invade the Cloud Village and just destroy everything there before they actually do go to Naruto, things like that. That would be absolutely crazy. I'm pretty sure a lot of people who like the Cloud Village wouldn't want to see that. It would give us a little bit of explanation upon why it really took Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and Urashiki so long to get to the Hidden Leaf Village. But specifically talking about the next episode, it's going to be really exciting to see all the other characters, all the other tuning exams. I really want to do the top 5 tuning opinion, I feel like it's going to be, or the top 5 getting at the tuning exam that's going to be in the tuning exam. I don't know if I said that right, but I'm gonna make a video on that. It's probably after the next video. I do want to make that as soon as we did see the other characters of the tuning exam. Definitely Shink is gonna be there, Mitsuki obviously, but who else knows? I mean, who knows who else is gonna be there? It might be some extremely overpowered person from another village that we've never seen before in the manga and the movie, but he probably comes up and we'll probably see him in the anime. Who knows? But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. One question I do want to ask you guys is, what do you guys think about the Otsutsuki actually coming to the Earth this early? I mean, what do you guys think they'll probably be doing from now until the tuning exam? I mean, I don't think that the Cloud Village is that far away from the Leaf Village, and even though they're like god level shinobi, so they shouldn't really take that long to travel from point A to point B, so they might actually be doing something in that meantime. So let me know what you guys think about that. But it's been your boy RlP, and we out.
For my city, I'm the youngest nigga reppin'. Oh my god, if I die, I'm a legend. Oh my god, if I die, I'm a legend. I'm a first.